Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. And before we get into today's video, as I'm fixing my shirt, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. And you're creating your reality in a moment to moment basis contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things occurring around you. Now, it's very obvious what we're going to be talking about today from the title of this video. But before we get into that, I just want to make like a few announcements on my channel. So if you were here last night, then you guys saw that I had two live streams posted and I was up. I was on live stream like pretty late last night, and I am not going to do that again because I cannot, like, all day today. I was so tired. But those videos, those live streams were very, very raw, very unfiltered. Like there was a little bit more cussing in it. And I want to be able to connect with you guys that way, and I want to do live Q&As and like sit down and go over these things and give you these more intimate aspects of my life. But for my main channel and for people that are just coming on, that are just randomly seeing my videos on YouTube that don't actually know me, I think that from a professional standpoint, having that like kind of cussing and that kind of vibe is just not really how I want to present myself, but I do want to connect with you guys that way. So and I understand too, like having the heat and bringing the heat sometimes and really getting into it. Like sometimes you just need somebody to like shake you and tell you how it is. So I want to be able to like provide that level of realness and rawness and authenticity and kind of unfiltered aspect. But I don't want it to be, like there's kids on YouTube, like there's so many other things, right? So I'm really trying to take into consideration like the full encompassing audience that could be coming onto my channel and stumbling onto the videos that I make. So with that being said, I made a community post earlier today about how I'm going to have a membership on my channel now. I made it $4.99, like very, very cheap. It's processing on my channel right now. So there's no way that you can sign up yet until like YouTube goes through and approves all that. But with that membership, what I'm going to do is put like unlisted videos into the membership. I'm going to do completely separate live streams that are just like Q&As for people to like come in and ask a question, or like if you're going through something, then you can join that live stream and get some like coaching in the moment. And if you just want to sign up for like a month and get your question answered and then like not be subscribed to that anymore, that's totally cool too. Like it doesn't matter. I just wanted to create something that was like very accessible, very cheap, because I really don't offer that much coaching. Like my schedule is very, very limited for that and it fills up pretty quickly. So I just wanted to offer that feature. It's totally by choice. I'm still going to be posting these free live streams on my channel, but if you want to join that and kind of have more like real unfiltered raw talking on my channel, then that's something to look forward to. I'll keep you guys updated with that as it starts to become enabled on my channel. Okay, so that was the only update that I want to give. Let's get into today's video. I know it's been 3 minutes. I'm sorry if this is your first time clicking on the video and you just heard all that, but let's talk about this. So the title of this video is, I don't exactly remember what the title is that I wrote. It was something to the effect of like, what's going on between us, right? Like when things are materializing, and these are, you guys, these are important things that we need to talk about, because like mindset and materializing your desired relationship, like yes, we want to think of in terms of ends, right? And we want to hold that knowing, and that's really all it takes. So if you can align your feeling state, if you can build really, really good beliefs, you can get into a very stable, secure feeling state, and you can know this desired result into being, you're going to see it unfolds. But I think people do need tips on like the unfolding aspect, right? Like, what do you do? And I think it's a very common question that people have, like when you're starting to see your person showing up and you're feeling like you're getting mixed signals or whatever, like, and you want to ask, like, what's going on between us? Should you do that or should you not do that? And before I even get into my advice here, before I even give you my opinion on this, the one thing that I want to say is whatever I say, like if you don't 100% agree with it and it doesn't feel good to you to apply what I'm saying, then don't do it, right? Like you have to really see that whatever you believe and feel is going to work for you. And if you can do that confidently without any fear associated to it, then it's going to work for you. But just based on my experience and the relationships, like getting commitment for me has never been an issue. Okay. So any relationship that I've been in, that's never been something that I've struggled with. It was more like limiting beliefs manifesting after that that I had problems with. So like sustaining it. Because once I like, I got like trigger, whatever, that's done now. So I've grown a lot from that. But what I'm trying to say is, this is just my advice and this is my opinion. And I'm going to say a few things here regarding that topic and also like interacting with your person. And also, if you're in no contact with somebody right now, this video is probably not going to apply to you. If you are wondering whether or not you can materialize or fix a relationship with somebody that you're in no contact with, the answer is yes. Okay. So there's no limitation on what it is that you can create. You can do it. If you believe and you can really hold this knowing and persist, you're going to be able to materialize the contact back with that person. But let's say like things are unfolding, okay? And I think this is a pretty normal thing that, I've seen people like really struggle with. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, where, like, you want to, like, okay, let's say like your person's hanging out with you a lot, everything's going really good, but like you haven't actually gotten that commitment yet. What do you do? The first word of advice that I have is you don't ever have to ask what is going on between us. Okay. I just would never do that because the whole premise of what I'm talking about here on my channel is you're going to know it into being. So you have to really look too when you want to ask somebody like what's going on between us, why are you asking that? Because if you're hanging out with somebody consistently, you have amazing intimacy and chemistry with them, then you should know and expect that it's going in that direction. So typically what happens when you find yourself asking what's going on between us is you're feeling a little bit insecure, you're feeling a little bit anxious, you are not feeling 100% confident within yourself, and you want to get the validation from this person telling you, yeah, I totally like you, and I want to be with you, and I want to give this commitment to you so that you can feel better. So, do you see how that so you're not feeling good. You're not feeling good within yourself and you're wanting to manipulate an outcome. And so the way that you're going about this when you're in that space is already not going to really work in your favor because you're coming at it from a space where you don't really know, you don't really believe, you don't really feel confident in the direction that your relationship is going in. So I personally wouldn't ask this question. I would more become aware of what I'm feeling. Like, why do I feel the pressure here? Like if this person is calling me all the time or hanging out with me all the time, and I have all these elements of a relationship here, then pretty much all I need to do is just continue to know it into being. I need to just continue to relax and know it and enjoy this unfolding and know that they are totally committed to me. They totally want to be with me. This relationship is inevitable. They don't find anybody else attractive. I just need to relax and allow that to unfold. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about this here, though, is there's a lot of limiting beliefs and narratives and stories about this, too. That if you're talking to friends about this or like you're looking online about this, like it's going to make you really really anxious and insecure. Like if people are like, well, why haven't they asked you to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend yet? Like what's going on? Maybe they don't actually like you. Stop talking to everybody about okay, stop bringing everybody into your relationship. If you're having a good time with your person and it's unfolding, and you have to be really honest with yourself here, like are do you actually feel confident in knowing that you can have this relationship? Or are you giving into your doubts, fears, and insecurities, and you're talking to all your friends and you're getting all these outside opinions, which is skewing your perception, which is not allowing you to actually enjoy your person when you're there with them, which is going to start creating discord, and you're going to see that it gets you the opposite result that you desire when you approach it this way. So you really need to be mindful of yourself and what you're doing if you're finding yourself in this position. Okay. The other thing that I want to say here too, so you could be in this position where like everything's going good between you and your person. And like maybe you're curious if they're like hanging out with other people or dating other people, or if there is a third party, or like maybe you really, really want this commitment because you want to make sure that this is like down pat and like it's a done deal for you. Again, this is where you have to know it into being, you guys. Like the whole aspect of manifesting, of going to the end and reinforcing and persisting in that knowing is really, really, really important. So if you haven't materialized this full commitment yet and you're feeling insecure or worried or threatened or jealous at the idea of this person getting with someone else, you're going to see that becomes your experience. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm telling you to be a doormat or anything like that, but you have to be very aware of the story that you're telling yourself. So if you're saying, oh, like they only see me as a friends with benefits, or oh, they're never going to commit to me, or oh, they're finding interest in other people, or like what's going on between us. While those stories may be like maybe you're looking out into your reality and you're seeing this and it's triggering you, if you focus on that, okay, if you are threatened by it, if you see that as a problem, if you see any of that stuff and you continue to focus on it, it's going to become your experience. So you have to decide because you're showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. Your self concept creates the reality in which you live and how other people show up for you. So if you genuinely believe that I'm the best option, that getting commitment is easy and effortless for me, that relationships are super easy for me to materialize, that my partner always chooses me, right? If that's really your belief system that you're existing in, then you would never need to wonder or ask, like, what's going on between us? You should be feeling really, really good in your life on a day to day, not threatened or bothered or worried about anything, not creating a narrative that they're just viewing me as a friends with benefits or, oh, they're never going to commit to me. You should feel really good within yourself and knowing about the direction that this relationship is going in and enjoy this person when they're in your life. And then when they're not and they're doing their own thing, you're able to feel good within yourself, do the things that you like in your life, and continue to know that this is happening. Like it's done for you. Okay. That's the whole premise of this year, of really being able to pull this off is you have to really steer away from your doubts, fears, or insecurities surrounding relationships. And if you need to just work on your self concept for a little bit to really feel more confident and secure within yourself and really seeing your value and knowing that like you don't have to chase this person. Like I said in my live stream, I think it was last night where I said, like, I don't like text or call first, right? Even like in my relationship now, like, okay, if we are obviously, I see him all the time, so this isn't really relevant anymore. But like before, if I knew we had plans to hang out with each other, like, yeah, of course, I'll reach out to you, like, it's not a big deal, but, like, I don't ever wait for text messages, I don't wonder or worry when you're gonna text me first, I don't wonder or worry, like, when the next time I'm gonna see you is, I don't feel the need to be like, "Hey, when am I gonna see you again?" Like, trying to make sure that we have plans because for me, it's really easy for me to assume that state where, like, of course you're gonna text me, of course you're gonna wanna see me again, of course you love hanging out with me, and this is not to be cocky or conceited in that manner. It's a genuine state of being and awareness that I'm able to exist in. So I don't worry about those things. And even if you were to talk to anybody else, they're not me. Like they're not me. They're not gonna be as interesting. Like, go ahead. I'm not even bothered by it. I don't even see it as a problem. Do whatever you want to do. Like, I feel very confident and stable and secure in who I am. And I'm going to continue to have a good day, knowing that what I want is going to show up and it's going to be a consistent thing in my life. So I don't ever fall in. I've never like, I'm trying to speak now because obviously you guys like this is not something that I have to deal with, but I don't like if I've ever felt myself falling into that chasing energy, feeling like I'm waiting for text messages or wanting to ask like what's going on between us or where is this going to go? I would take a whole step back and I would first really, really soothe myself and remind myself who I am. Like, remind myself of things about myself that help me feel good and grounded in myself, creating love and happiness within myself and realizing that this relationship is here for enjoyment. And in order for me to get what I want, I need to feel confident and good within myself and know this into being. So if I'm feeling like the urge to want to make something happen or want to chase or want to, like manipulate something into being, then I would take a whole step back and soothe myself and decide to feel good within myself until I can come back to this area or this topic or this person and enjoy them when they're there and know that it's going to go in that direction. Okay. So you do need to be mindful of the stories that you have going on in your mind. But in my opinion, you shouldn't have to ask what's going on between us, right? You should be knowing that. I know where this is going. And this is not in like an obsessive, forceful, kind of needy way. This is in a very genuine, calm, confident way of just really showing up and expecting that you're going to get what you want and not in a condescending way either. So even if your person, like, let's say they're like, you know what? I'm just not ready for a relationship. Okay, no worries. Well, I'm just going to continue to enjoy my time with you. Like I really enjoy you and like this is great. You don't want a relationship? Sure. Okay, keep on hanging out with me. Let's see how that goes, right? Like I wouldn't even respond to it or be bothered by it because that's where like that's your self-concept. Like if you really know that like relationships are the easiest thing for you to materialize, or getting this desired outcome is the, like, you're able to manifest this desired outcome, then even when you have challenges or adversity right in your face, you're gonna just be like, okay, there's nothing I need to control or manipulate here. Like, I already know where this is going. I'm just gonna continue to enjoy hanging out with you. Like, we're gonna continue to enjoy getting along with one another. And like, this is totally not gonna be how my story unfolds here. I don't even need to respond to this. I don't need to freak out about it. I'm gonna continue to have a good time knowing where this is going. And if you can genuinely apply that in that same calm, confident way, where you just enjoy your person's company and can know it into being, you're going to see how genuinely really easy it is for you to materialize the commitment that you desire. Now, sustaining it, okay, that's where like you really want to make sure you've worked on your self-concept and you have those good beliefs, because typically like what happens, like when you first meet somebody or you're materializing a relationship, like it's all fun and it's all good and it's enjoyable. And then once that commitment actually pops up, whatever your base programming is will get like triggered. And that's why like sometimes it can be hard to actually sustain what it is that the relationship that you desire, because all of a sudden once that like the real thing shows up, now like whatever beliefs you've picked up from childhood, whatever relationship you observed growing up with your parents, or whatever you've experienced in relationships just in general, your baggage, okay, and I say that very kindly, if you haven't dealt with it, you're going to start to see that you materialize those perceptions and those behaviors. So that's, you guys, I've already talked about that on my channel before. If this is your first time here, then you should check out some of my other videos where I talk about self-concept, because yeah, it's really, materializing commitment, like I said, should be pretty easy. Sustaining it is generally where people struggle, because it's really going to be what you believe and feel about yourself. So if you have any insecurity within yourself, if you don't feel confident within yourself, if you don't really know your value and your worth, and you haven't actually like grounded that belief system, self-image, self-concept, then you're going to get really easily triggered, and you're going to find yourself like chasing and just having a skewed perception and creating irrelevant problems that end up to leading you not being able to sustain this relationship. So just make sure that you've worked on your self-concept too. But I hope today's video gave you some insight. I look forward to doing the membership with you guys and doing the live Q&As where we can get a little bit more raw, a little bit more real. But on my main, like on my channel here, and my main content, for me, like my style is definitely like calm. There's no need to cuss. Like we can get the point across in a very calm way. And if you want that kind of more sassy material, or you want that like a little bit more like of a shake for you, then check out my membership side when that's available. All right. I love you all so much. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for everybody that's here, and I'll see you all later.